This place has all the fixins. Armed guard, working gate, cool logo. If you want something a little closer to home, like anybody's home, and a little more ready to go, there's a nice little spot in, I'm not allowed to say where it is, anyway. Somewhere in Kansas. Hello. Hi.
Thomas.
Hello.
Larry Hall.
Good to
Welcome
meet you.
to the Survival Condo. Let me close the door and then I'll get you inside and give you a tour. They actually credit this specific site with being the #1 reason why the Russians backed down the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Like the specific silo?
This specific silo. There's 12 missile silos just like this one.
So when was the silo decommissioned? Or was it decommissioned?
It was decommissioned in 1967, and then I bought it in 2008, started a 2-year design, then we got into the construction. Most of the people have a belief that there's going to be some type of a global economic collapse. Some are worried about a possible nuclear war. Now, this is the dome. Then you have the mechanical level, medical security level, store level with hydroponics and aquaculture. Then the residential levels are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11.
How many units are there total?
12.
Are they all occupied or also?
Yeah.
Wow.
Then there's a library and classroom, the exercise and spa level, the theater and lounge, and then the pumps and storage. There's a lot of people that have different types of these. All of them are, just catering to a different clientele, but what makes ours truly unique is that our first requirement of this facility, it had to be able to be off-grid indefinitely.
Oh. In an off-grid situation, would security be part of the job rotation? Or would
Yes,
it be...
there's a 2-person rule in here. That's why there's 2 chairs in here. So 2 people would be in here all the time. We can do a lot of damage from in here without having to go outside.
Yeah,
We've
exactly.
got remote controlled things, and we can run your day from in here and not having it. It's a video game to us. You really don't want to, be shooting against a robot that's you can't hurt. The strength of this facility is that it was engineered to withstand a nuclear blast. It's amazing what you can do. If you're coming down and you see bodies laying around, you're gonna say, next house, I'm not gonna bother these people.
Right.
I'm not gonna go knock on the door and try to get a cup of sugar here. That's not gonna work. This is not just a bunker. This is designed to make life normal for extended periods of time under the harshest of conditions and protect families. We look in here, we actually have 2 new video games. It's got Missile Command, it's got asteroids, it's got some really cool...
Joust?
It's got everything. We have some Fortnite fans in the kids sector. So they wanted us to have a little lounge so they can have 2 or 3 people playing Fortnite.
I have no clue what Fortnite is. Is it the new?
Oh, it's one of the hottest games out right now.
Like swords and stuff? Games for the youngins.
The ceiling height, right? You don't feel claustrophobic. And you say, we're underground, we got a rock climbing wall. Where'd you see the pool? This is the beach.
Wow.
Not in here.
The pictures do not do this justice.
This is a fun room. Come on in, I'll show you around. The air temperature is all controlled by a computer. It's kept at about 82 degrees. So feel it. And it's all geothermally heated. It's another thing that lets you do normal activities that you wouldn't think you could possibly do in a bunker.
Is there like a dream bunker you'd like to build?
I've got 2 other next generation bunkers that don't involve starting with a nuclear missile silo. They can be built anywhere. The first bunker, this one, was 54,000 square feet of living space. The new bunker that's under construction right now is 3 times this size. It's 150,000 square feet.
Are any of those sold yet, or?
Half the units already are spoken for, so we're gonna hit the ground running pretty quick on that now.
Do you ever look forward to, not the events leading to a situation where you're locked in, but the idea of being locked in and getting to use all this?
No.
How does it feel to put so much work into something you hope won't be used?
It feels good because and my owners have all said the same thing. It's a peace of mind.
But you know, Daniel Ellsberg was recently on the Real News and talking about sort of the same subject and what the elite think about it. Now, in the last What the Fuck report, I said this.
And don't give me this bullshit. He's a fucking climate denier. He's not a motherfucking climate denier. He's got a goddamn case pending right now in Scotland for one of his goddamn golf courses because he wants to build a wall because of the rise in the ocean.
Well, and that's the thing, Michael. Listen, bro. No, that's... Listen, let me say it. Listen. That is...
are climate deniers
exactly. For a reason. That's exactly right. They're fascists, man. They fucking know that the planet is like hurling towards its doom, dude. They don't give a shit. I think that they honestly believe... Let me finish, please, Shannon. I think that... I honestly believe that these people think that they're going to survive it. That they're going to let this fucking planet do its thing. That they have their fucking bunkers and their little fucking... Their massive spreads and their... And this is so tinfoil hat, okay? But, like... I think they don't give a shit. I think, yeah, Trump fucking knows that climate change is real. Give me a break. I mean, as made evident by the precautions he's taking for his golf courses, like you described, Mike. But you don't give a fuck. There's a lot of people that are making money hand over fist every fucking minute of every fucking day, and they want to continue making it. So they're seeing all this destruction. Like they're seeing Hurricane Maria and all these hurricanes, and they're seeing all these fires and going, yeah, fucking mismanagement.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Immigrant caravans and whatnot. Immigrants are fucking up the environment. And, yeah.
Let me just say one thing. Let me say something. Okay? You said that Mother Earth was, hurling towards her doom. No, she's not. You know who's hurling towards their doom? Fucking humanity. Mother Earth will rebound. And
I agree with that. Okay, so Daniel Ellsberg goes on the Real News and straight up says, I was checking out the last What the Fuck report, and what Reverend Aaron said was some real deal shit. And then we went to a tattoo party with Christian Hosoi, you, me, Daniel Ellsberg. But anyway, check this out. This is Daniel Ellsberg on the Real News just this last week. And kind of, just confirmation bias is really, truly, let's be real. That's what it is. But here, check it out. No one got it.
Self-assured destruction, not mad, but sad, self-assured destruction. A war between the U.S. and Russia would be suicidal for each and essentially omnicidal, to use a term of John Somerville, a philosopher, killing everything. Not quite everything. Some humans would almost surely survive to do it all again, in effect. But most larger animals would not. They're not as adaptable as we are. They can't move thousands of miles to a different latitude. They don't have fire and houses and whatnot. They would all die, as happened under the dinosaurs.
In Dr. Strangelove says, build in deep mine shafts, build bunkers, build a whole underground civilization to survive this.
Mr. President, I would not rule out the chance to preserve a nucleus of human specimens. It would be quite easy. At the bottom of some of our deeper mine shafts, radioactivity would never penetrate a mine some thousands of feet deep. And in a matter of weeks, sufficient improvements in dwelling space could easily be provided.
How long would you have to stay down there?
Well, that's, cobalt thorium G. Radioactive half-life of... I would think that possibly 100 years.
You mean people could actually stay down there for 100 years?
It would not be difficult, my Fuhrer. Nuclear reactors could... I'm sorry, Mr. President. Nuclear reactors could provide power almost indefinitely. Greenhouses could maintain plant life. Animals could be bred and slaughtered. Quick survey would have to be made of all the available mine sites in the country. But I would guess that dwelling space for several 100,000 of our people could easily be provided.
Well, I would hate to have to decide who stays up and who goes down.
Well, that would not be necessary, Mr. President. Could easily be accomplished with a computer. And the computer could be set and programmed to accept factors from youth, health, sexual fertility, intelligence, and a cross-section of necessary skills. Of course, it would be absolutely vital that our top government and military men be included to foster and impart the required principles of leadership and tradition. Actually, they would breed prodigiously, eh? There would be much time and little to do. But with the proper breeding techniques and a ratio of, say, 10 females to each male, I would guess that they could then work their way back to the present gross national product within, say, 20 years.
But look here, Doctor, wouldn't this nucleus of survivors be so grief-stricken and anguished that they'd, well, envy the dead and not want to go on living?
No, sir. Excuse me. Also, when they go down into the mine, everyone will still be alive. There will be no shocking memories. And the prevailing motion will be one of nostalgia for those left behind, combined with a spirit of bold curiosity for the adventure ahead.
Doctor, you mentioned the ratio of 10 women to each man. Wouldn't that necessitate the abandonment of the so-called monogamous sexual relationship? I mean, as far as men were concerned.
Regrettably, yes. But it is, a sacrifice required for the future of the human race. I hasten to add that since each man will be required to do prodigious service along these lines, the women will have to be selected for their sexual characteristics, which will have to be of a highly stimulating nature.
I must confess, you have an astonishingly good idea there, Doctor.
Thank you, sir.
The 1% is essentially preparing for that.
That's what I meant. And were they at your
survivalists?
Time? Did you have a bunker to go to?
I did
you have
not.
A number?
I did not, but my boss, head of the RAND Economics Division, Charlie Hitch, later controller in the Defense Department, did build a bomb shelter. And actually, Willard Libby of the Atomic Energy Commission had a bomb shelter during the missile crisis, which burned about that time. Which Edward Teller, Leo Szilard said that proved that not only God exists, but he had a sense of humor.
Do they have now some kind of underground that elites can go to?
I think that planning for either climate change or nuclear weapons or a winter is, we know, going on by the billionaires, by some fraction of them, survivalists who do plan to survive all this, and possibly could, if they can get down to New Zealand and have their bubble atmosphere in effect, and their robots working for them, and their own artificial sunlight and whatnot during this, grow some crops during that. I think they actually, some of them figure on surviving. It won't be America. It won't be anywhere that exists today, particularly. It'll be like living in a submarine, essentially. And some people do that for months at a time. And our nuclear submarines, each one of them capable of destroying most life on Earth. We have 14.
Okay, so I exaggerated a little bit. He didn't actually say my name or whatever, but you could totally tell him and Paul were like giving the wink off. You know, we saw the what the fuck report and shit. Yeah, you know, but we're scumbag fucking punk rockers, and they didn't want to actually say our name on the real news. You know. Fuck you, Paul J. No, I love Paul J. Actually, that just stone-faced, stoic, no frills motherfucker brings the legit. The name of the real news is accurate, man. They really do bring the real news. But yeah, man. I mean, like, look, I don't think that's like conclusive proof that I was right. That the elite are building bunkers and these kind of things, and that think they're gonna outlive this climate change shit.
No, but I definitely agree that they think that with enough money they can buy anything, which even eternal life. I mean, come on, shit. Like Michael Jackson was sleeping in a hyperbaric chamber, what, back in the 80s and 90s? Yeah, because he had a butt ton of money, he thought it would make him live longer.
And just like what Kylie pointed out in her video about how, like, if you're wealthy enough and you don't want it to rain on your wedding day.
Oh my God, I can't wait to do that. Oh no, never mind.
But I mean, that just sets us that puts people in a certain mindset that, like you just said, we can buy anything. We can buy our way through.
Trust me, I see that mindset.
We can buy our way through catastrophic global climate change. Because we're really, really rich, and we just have these, you know, amazing spreads. You know, there's a lot of talk about a lot of very, very well. This is kind of conspiratorial tinfoil hat, but so don't quote me on it unless you're wearing a tinfoil hat when you do. But that a lot of very, very, very wealthy 1%ers, you know, 1% of the 1% are buying up huge swaths of property in South America and building, you know, big mansions and stuff, because they predict that south of the equator is sort of the place to be. If you're going to be anywhere on the planet, like south of the equator is, I guess, have better chances of...
if that's true, I'm going to New Zealand.
There's a lot of fucking racists over in Australia and New Zealand now, dude. But there is in America too, so I don't know. We share a lot of video from like
it's pretty much on the very bottom.
Well, we share a lot of shit from Antifa Australia, and there are some real serious fucking hardcore races in Australia. But they didn't let Gavin McGuinness in. Even racist old Australia was like, yeah, not that dude. Yeah. He tried to go there for a speaking tour.
They're saying the same thing about us, going, oh yeah, but he lives there.
He was apparently trying to get there with Tommy Robinson. You remember who Tommy Robinson is? Dude from England that we covered, the hardcore xenophobic scumbag.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! Yeah, that's right.
And so it just didn't happen. Neither one of them were able to go. And Tommy Robinson, for some other reason, apparently they were going to let that scumfuck in, but not.
I'm going to say though, racism, it doesn't see any borders. I mean, I know it was existent in the 80s. I've never been there. I would love to go there. We have a lot of, God dang it, hang on. Excuse me. We have a lot of Australian and New Zealand tourists that come here. And I haven't had a chance to talk to them. Did see one guy in a Midnight Oil t-shirt, though. But, I mean, it doesn't... what I know is that it was against the Aboriginal people that live there, the Aborigines. So, but I mean, like... Yeah, sure, let's be racist against the fucking people that own the place that lived here before.
Which is what we do here. We're like, fuck these indigenous people. Let's give them fucking disease blankets, you know?
Yeah, so... Yeah, it's a horrible, awful sickness.
So here's this thing that I'm sensing a pattern between three sort of very linked things, like climate change, disgusting racism, and the 1%. All three of which know no borders.
Yeah, climate change. Yeah, right?
And they all three really serve each other very well and feed off of each other and boost each other's efforts.
Sounds like capitalism to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think climate change has thoughts. I don't think climate change gets together and has meetings. It's not a sentient entity, but
The climate is doing the climate is reacting to how it's being treated.
And if you're a trillionaire, you can fucking buy a bunker in South America. But hey, what's that?
There's rain, there's snow, there's snowmen, things we can see and feel. But there are also hoaxes, like global warming. We here at Elite Relief have evidence from credible sources that the concept of global warming was created by and for the Chinese in order to make U.S. manufacturing non-competitive. The Chinese have duped so many. 98% of scientists, popes, pentagons, leaders of all major countries, and your very own mother. They even swindled Elite's #1 customer. Trump International Golf Links Ireland applied for a permit application for a wall which explicitly cites global warming and its consequences. But we here at Elite Relief know that we don't need to protect the Earth from climate change. We need to protect golf courses and gazebos, your mistress's seaside residence, your prized horse harem, your riverside golden squatty potty. Elite Relief air-conditioned the Arabian Peninsula, constructed an ocean-sized aquarium of endangered sushi, and an Olympic ice skating hooker rink. And of course, golf course seawall which can shield you from Bill McKibbins. We offer our services worldwide, except for low-lying poor countries like Bangladesh, Papua New Guinea, the Philippines, the Maldives, and many more. Don't let solar panels and windmills ruin your castle made of peasant bones, because the future belongs to only a few of us.